Dad,
Yeah.
tell the people who you are.
I'm Michael Cooper, uh, husband of Pamela Cooper, father of Matthew, Daniel, and David, three wonderful, beautiful sons. And I'm here tonight to share our story, and my wife and I, Pam, to share our love story and the story of the life she lived through faith, hope, and love, and fought right to the end.
That's right. Yep. The cool thing, thanks for the intro, Dad, by the way. The cool thing about, not cool thing, but one of the most beautiful things that we experienced when Mom met the Lord is and we tell people this. So let me just kind of brief the story real quick. Mom met the Lord March 19th at 1:14 a.m. And my dad woke me up and we went downstairs and we shared a beautiful moment with Mom and myself and Dad.
The fire, it's good that the fire's burning, because it really goes with what you're saying.
That's right.
Mama's fire burned for a long time and continues to burn while she's up there in heaven with Jesus.
That's right. So my mom met the Lord at 1:14 a.m. on March 19th, and my dad got me, and we went downstairs, and we got to share a moment together with Mom, myself, and Dad, and we were just worshiping, and we were just crying, and all that stuff. I ended up actually going back to bed a few hours later, trying to go back to sleep, and my dad went outside, and he got me. It was probably 3 hours later.
Yeah, it was about 2 or 3 hours.
3 hours later, and he came in my room and he said, "Matthew, don't think I'm crazy, but I swear Mom is smiling right now." And sure enough, I go downstairs, and she literally has a smile on her face, like no joke. She did not have the same kind of smirk that she did when she met the Lord at 1:14 a.m. It was crazy moment, and I thought my dad was crazy, but I literally went downstairs and sure enough she was smiling. So it gave me assurance that she was in a good place, and we believe in eternity, something bigger than ourselves. We believe in a heaven, and we do believe she's up there. So that is part of the beauty of the story that went down Tuesday.
And if I can add to that story, Matthew, through this whole process, but one of the prayers in the last week or whatever, as we saw, Mom, struggling and going through what she had to go through, I just prayed and asked God that when it was time for her to go home, that when the angel surrounded her and he embraced her, that he would put a smile on her face, so we knew that she was there with him. And I feel that he did that for us as well, to give us the peace that passes all understanding.
Yeah. Because
at that moment, we knew where she was, but he also gave us the peace that he was present.
That's right. Amen. So that's a little bit of the story. I wanted to spend tonight to really answer a few questions that you guys had, because as much as we know what's going on because we're experiencing it, I know that this whole show and this community that we built is very faith-based, and we want to share our experience with you guys and answer the questions that you guys had. So the first question, Dad, and this is for both of us, is the first question is from Nate Castro 1215, and his question is, how do you deal with grief? And I think that was the perfect question for tonight, just with everything going on. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go?
Why don't you go?
Okay. So I prepared for this question a little bit already, but I want to first take it from three spiritual ways that I deal with grief, or I guess we all should deal with grief, but I found three verses that are really, really helpful, and my dad actually sent me a few of these during our grieving process that we've already been through. The first one comes out of Psalm 147:3, and I'm going to read that right now. Sorry, I should have had these bookmarked. Psalm 147:3 reads this: He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. For the Christian, for the believer, there isn't a promise that we're not going to experience tough things when we enter into this sort of family with Christ. There's still going to be trials and tribulations, and we're proof that stuff does happen, you know? And the Lord doesn't promise us that once we become Christians or once we believe in Him, that He's just going to stop every bad thing that happens, but He does promise us that He will be with us in those times. And this is a great verse to support that.